Tonight on Connecticut's news station, another popular restaurant closing its doors. We'll talk to the owner about the reasons behind the drastic move in a live report.
And we're getting a look at the moment masked thieves took an entire ATM from a local gas station. The business let us inside to see the damage, while police are asking for your help if you know who's responsible.
Day 13 of the Michelle Troconis trial focuses on a former employee of Fotis Doulos' company and why prosecutors are showing his truck to the jury. Coming up on the news at 10.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We begin tonight in Hartford, where another beloved restaurant has announced that it will soon be closing its doors. Thanks for joining us for the news at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. The owner of J Restaurant and Bar says the property has been sold. That means it's the end for the Italian restaurant. Fox
61's Jake Garcia spoke with the owner about the decision and joins us now live in Hartford with how customers are taking the news. Jake?
Well, Brent and Sarah, during the pandemic, J Restaurant and Bar fully embraced outdoor dining, renovating a portion of their parking lot as patio space and adding these covered gazebos for year-round seating. But a new renovation is on the horizon, and it means last call for the bar. After decades of serving customers in the capital city and beyond, the owner of J Restaurant and Bar in Hartford has announced it will soon be closing.
I even answer the phone and say, J Restaurant Bar, how can I help you? What do you mean you're closing? Where am I getting lunch?
A post on Facebook from Jordan Dickey-Goros informed customers about the news that the properties had been sold to LAZ Parking and that all that land is being used for an even bigger project.
This is such a Joni Mitchell song, right? You pave paradise and put up a parking lot.
Well, more like a parking garage.
We were approached a couple years ago, and we were asked if we'd be considered to sell our property so they can build a parking garage here.
Dickey-Goros says he sees this as a way to continue giving back to a growing Hartford Hospital and Connecticut Children's Medical Center, something he has done for years on Washington Street, right across the street from the hospitals.
It's for the benefit of the Children's Hospital, which has always been near and dear to our heart. We wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that hospital, and they improved our lives and helped us turn J Restaurant into what it is today. So it's kind of our time to return the favor.
Customers say they understand the decision, but are still sad to hear about the closure.
It's a beacon for the area, and so losing that means you're really losing just this way to introduce people to this whole part of Hartford.
Dickey-Goros says while it's tempting to just close up shop, he's still open to the idea of bringing the restaurant back in another way.
The mayor just called me this afternoon, and we had a nice little chat about, potentially staying here. Administrators from both hospitals have been talking to me about staying in the area, so there's a lot of options on the table. We're just going to take our time and see what's the best fit for us.
Now, no closing date has been set as the restaurant has a year still left on its lease. So for now, it's business as usual. Live in Hartford, Jake Garcia, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Jake, thank you. Time now for a first check on the forecast. And we have a rare break from the rain to look forward to this week.
Yeah, if only we could get rid of some of the clouds out there. Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is here with more. Hi, Rachel.
Yeah, at the end of last week, we were saying that we didn't even remember what the sun looked like, and we picked up right where we left off. Again, a lot of clouds out there today, and that'll be the case for the next several before we can finally get it back. 31 degrees right now in the Hartford area. There is a chance for a few flurries, but not going to cause any issues out there tonight. Enfield into Summers could see just a few flakes. That's about it, though. You're seeing more numerous snow showers to the south of us coming in off the ocean. Low temperatures tonight will be dropping back between 25 to right around 30 degrees. Guess what you'll see when you wake up in the morning? Some clouds. It's a mostly cloudy start to the day. Temperatures beginning in the upper 20s, heading out the door. As we head towards lunchtime, temperatures are in the mid 30s, and we'll see high temperatures tomorrow in the upper 30s, and some towns could approach 40, so it will be a few degrees warmer than it was outside today. We'll do it again on Thursday, again on Friday, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel for this weekend. We'll explain your full forecast coming up.
Anxious to see that light, Rachel. Thank you. New video tonight showing the moment a group of burglars made off with an ATM machine in the middle of the night. Security cameras capturing the entire crime. You're looking at the Galaxy Fuels gas station on New Haven Avenue in Milford. Police say the burglars attached a cable to the ATM machine before tearing it through the front door and driving away. The police are still investigating tonight. There's no information about possible leads on any suspects yet.
A 16-year-old boy was shot and killed in a drive-by targeted shooting in New Haven. Police say Malik Sweets was shot while walking near Huntington Street around 7:30 last night. Sweets is originally from Bridgeport, but had been spending time in New Haven. It's unclear which school he may have been attending. This is the second homicide and fourth shooting in New Haven this year. While gun violence is decreasing in New Haven, city officials say not enough.
Clearly have a lot more work to do, but our officers are doing a ton, along with many other workers in the city, to help prevent gun violence and hold people accountable when there is a tragic incident such as this. We're moving in the right direction, but then something like this happens and it's pretty disheartening.
No arrests have been made in this case. If you have any information pertaining to what happened, call New Haven Police.
Also in the Elm City tonight, police have identified the man killed in a fatal hit-and-run crash over the weekend. They say 70-year-old Dennis Eaton of New Haven was killed on L.T. Grasso Boulevard early Sunday morning. He was walking across the street when a car hit him. The driver sped off. Police are still trying to find any leads as to who's responsible, and they're asking any witnesses to come forward.
A Waterbury man at the center of a viral video raising questions over how police handled his arrest will serve 5 years in prison. He was sentenced for criminal possession of a gun and intent to sell drugs. James Thomas was arrested last year. Officers say they approached Thomas about a weapons complaint, and he started fighting police, injuring at least one officer. Thomas was also injured. The use of force by police was reviewed, but no charges were brought against officers.
UConn's Dean of Engineering has issued an apology to students following an inappropriate incident involving a student assignment. The university says a computer science engineering class was given a word problem in which the name of the Sandy Hook shooter was used in a hypothetical scenario. Now, nothing else in that assignment referenced the shooter's actions, but the university has reached out to students who reported the assignment and expressed concern about the incident.
New developments in the Bridgeport primary. 1 week after incumbent Mayor Joe Ganim was declared the winner, the Secretary of the State says there was an error. Secretary Thomas says 14 absentee ballots were never opened. They were discovered when copying inner and outer envelopes during the monitoring process. It's important to note here, though, this is a small discrepancy marked up to human error, and it in no way changes the results of the election.
Day 13 of the Michelle Troconis trial, and we are starting to hear more about one of Fotis Dulos' former employees.
Plus why his truck, a red Toyota Tacoma, would later be used as essential evidence in the case. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc has the latest.
On May 31st, 2019, Connecticut State Police Sergeant Michael Butin was at Fotis Dulos' Farmington home with a search warrant. With nobody home, officers tried to call Dulos.
Mr. Dulos did not answer.
Soon they saw a white Jeep Cherokee driving toward the house, a car they knew Dulos owned.
The operator wouldn't really look at us.
Sergeant Butin stopped the car. Inside, Pavel Gumieni, the project manager at 4 Group, Dulos' company.
He appeared to me to be very nervous. I noticed that his breathing rate was elevated.
Sergeant Butin eventually found out Gumieni was coming from a property Fotis owned in Avon.
He had indicated to me that he was removing vehicle seats from a Porsche that belonged to Fotis so that he could put them into his own truck.
The truck belonging to Gumieni, a 2001 red Toyota Tacoma that police believe Dulos used in the crime. Prosecutors showing what looked like the truck leaving one of Fotis' properties the morning Jennifer Farber Dulos went missing.
Approximately 5:30 in the morning, I observed what was consistent with a red pickup truck departing 80 Mountain Spring Road.
The defense pointing out police couldn't see much else.
You can't tell who's in it.
No, sir.
You can't tell how many people are in it, right?
No.
Prosecutors continued on, calling more members of law enforcement to the stand, showing screenshots of what police believe to be the Toyota Tacoma traveling north and southbound on the Merritt Parkway the day Jennifer disappeared.
right there.
Retired trooper Greg LeBeau looked at days of footage focusing on that Friday, seeing what he thought was the truck headed southbound in New Canaan early that morning, then heading north out of the town a few hours later.
So this vehicle also consistent with a red Toyota Tacoma and also had the same characteristics as the vehicle in the picture that I had.
Pavel Gumiani is on the state's witness list and is expected to testify at some point in the trial. Now, we reached out to his lawyer and they responded saying, quote, Pavel is under subpoena and he will abide by it, but he is very eager to put this behind him so he can get his focus back to working hard to provide for his family. Now, court picks back up tomorrow morning. We're in Stamford. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.